Hello guys, this is my soloing camp and just some outnumbered fights. I will talk through as I go, so then you get an idea. This is the Astral camp in the Borderlands. It's pretty much just how you're going to be soloing stuff, and it's mainly about placement. So here you can see that I'm actually running just around this point here. I stop in this corner to drop my supply crate. It gives me my turret support, and then if I'm wanting to do as much cleave damage, you can see I'm just running around here to keep the melee guys off me as much as possible. Some of them will attack the turrets, some of them will keep off me, and if you notice, my health barely drops in this fight. What actually happens at the end of this is a group of 2 Mesmers and a Ranger come in and join in, which causes me to lose the camp. But this is more of a proof of concept video rather than a this is how you do it every time. So you can see everyone's getting low and my health is barely dropping, so it means that I can solo camps pretty easy. It's all about placement, as I said, with videos like this. I did a perfect one of the North camps, but obviously it leads into some outnumbered fight, and this is me getting my revenge on the Rangers and the Mesmer. As you can see, I just blow up the Ranger there. Because they're all quite squishy, Mesmers, I'm finding the same as Thieves, just have so much like defense capability that it becomes a huge issue. But you notice I've just beaten the Ranger there, which has got him down, and I managed to pin down the second Mesmer. But then again, I'm getting blown up because they're getting to free cast, but they're very, very low, and I rally, get the pressure off. Eventually, I go on to pretty much win this fight. It just Mesmers tend to bounce around, and I thought it'd be a worse video if I just carried on. So here is the solo camp. We've actually got a couple of fights going on just outside the camp and the fights going in, but I wanted to get this video done to show that you can sort of stealth cap places at the same time. And here, this is the southwest corner. If you stand on this corner here, you can pull most of the group onto you. As long as the camp's not upgraded, you're fine. What you do is you bring them back onto this corner and you use your bomb fields, you use your blind fields, and you tactically use them, and you place your turrets all on top of each other. What happens is the Lord actually melees your turrets down, and as he melees them down, they'll start dying 1 or 2 at a time, and what will happen is he'll end up knocking himself back off you and giving yourself a little bit of recovery time. And as you can see, like, I'm taken down quite happily. Again, what happens is I actually get bombarded by a group of people. You'll see at the end, but what you do is once you've got the Lord down, you keep the Lord here, because it normally takes them a while to find them if he's here. Obviously this video is going to make it a little bit more difficult, but if you can hide the Lord somewhere, it makes it more difficult for them. As you can see, I've got a group of enemy elementalists coming in, and I'm managing to keep myself alive and just finishing off the group. And as you can see, I'm just using the terrain to my advantage. Bombs have a large explosion, they do actually travel through. So what you can do is you keep yourself alive by just doing circuits around the area, and it actually ends up with me doing a lot of pressure on them. And if I had maybe 1 extra person here, I would have been fine. As it goes, I did go down. Here is North Camp. North Camp's probably going to be the best one for you to solo. You can completely change a fight if you can get to the North Camp, and the North Camp's surprisingly easy to solo as an engineer, and it's due to the fact that what we do is we do area denial very well. Means we can keep up the area denial very, very effectively. So here, what I'm doing is I'm going straight for the well. I'm going to use the well to line of sight the ranged enemies and bring everyone in. It's in the middle so much that they all come into you, and then as you can see, I'm just doing circuits around the outside, and my health isn't dropping because what's happening is the blind fields are keeping the enemy from hitting me all the time. The confusion means that when they do swing, they're hurting themselves, but because it takes them so long to get back around to hit me again, that actually the blind fields are permanently up, so they don't actually touch me this whole fight. I get a couple of friends come in, you can see it just helps with the damage, but actually you don't need it because there was only 1 guy that left, and camp's going to go green, and we're going to cap it, meaning that we got a free supply camp. There's other camps I'm going to. This is my favourite one to go to because it's very, very easy to do. And it's right down the south. You can see I'm circling on the map. I've had to commentate afterwards. It's a pain in the ass, but it comes in. So what you do is you go in and you are aiming for the building directly in front. You're aiming to hide just in here. But how you want to pull is you want to hit that guy with your static shot so it blinds them on the way through. So the first hits won't be have big an impact. And what happens here, if you notice, there's a warrior who was guarding, who's actually there to support that. But because I've got so much damage going in, and now my supply crate's coming down, I'm keeping the pressure on all of those people, as well as keeping my healing up. And my health is dropping very, very slowly. And I'm putting more pressure into that warrior than it's putting out on me. And you can see it gets very low. And I decide that actually the best thing for me to do now is to chase it and take it down. And we get joined by a thief. The thief is going to finish off the warrior, I believe. I believe that's how it worked. I think the thief ended up... Oh no, the warrior got up and came back. But I'm still keeping the pressure on the Lord. And now, the funny thing is, I'm going to speed up the second part of this video, is these guys keep coming back and keep putting pressure on me. And I just constantly keep this point. And it becomes a long fight. But I am in enemy borderlands, so now we're running at double speed, and I'm taking on a thief that you can see he's doing quite a bit burst. But I'm trying to use my build tactically, so I'm trying to use the reflex as much as possible. I'm using the pistol to put pressure out on him when he gets some ranges me. I'm using my turrets to area denial, and I'm preempting where he's going rather than trying to bomb on top of him. I'm trying to force him to go into bombs. This is a bit of a weird one. Like, it was just a long fight, and as you see, gradually I take this guy down, and then another two Millisant come in, a warrior and a guardian. As you can see, they're not being able to get the pressure on me because I'm dodging round. I think one of them might be an upscale as well, but you know, it just shows like how strong you can be when they have to fight you on your terms. And at the moment they're trying to fight me on my terms, and I'm keeping the fight going. Get one down, and then the other one's very low because of the cleave damage I'm putting out. So I get very low, bust myself up, quite a nice bit of healing there, bring it back in, and again, force the rally. The guy goes down, he starts trying to res his teammate. He obviously didn't bring War Banner with him, otherwise it would have completely changed everything, but does get him up and pushes down, and then suddenly Thief's back again, trying to hassle me. There's one down. Again, I'm just being constantly hassled on point, but if you notice, I get low, but I don't go down. And then the guards are spawning in again, they're all focusing me. I'm getting most of the focus here, but you can see that I'm actually putting out a lot of pressure. I'm putting out as much pressure as I'm receiving. Now I'm taking on a warrior, a veteran, and the thief. They're obviously trying to take me down because I'm the bigger threat. Now a couple of scouts have spawned back. See, it became a really long fight, but the fact that I came out on top wasn't what I was expecting to do. All I was here to do was try and hassle for my server so I can come out and put a little bit of pressure on top. Unfortunately, the thief rallied off the veteran that I was killing. He probably wasn't putting a lot of pressure in, but just hit it enough that when it went down, took it, brought himself back up. And again, I'm the one taking all the hits. Both of them are focusing me now. Yeah, they'll be cleaving each other when they get into that range, but actually one of them's playing range and one of them's playing close. I'm being hit by a scout. It becomes difficult. I use the scenery again to try and build my health back up a little bit more, putting the protection out, putting the buffs out, and I end up winning this area quite happily in the end. Again, I'm taking on a big, long fight here. Obviously, I'm not taking on everyone at the same time. That would be a stupid move. But what I'm doing is I'm picking my fights tactically and switching to keep the pressure on and keeping the pressure off myself by using my blinds and confusion to try and slow them down. If they keep swinging at me, they're going to be hurting themselves more than they're going to be hurting me because I'm quite defensive still. Again, warrior keeping me busy just long enough that I think when he goes down, the thief gets back, or it might be, this might be the end of the fight. Oh no, this is the end of the fight. And I finished that off and managed to take the camp solo just before the thief gets back. A couple of seconds more and I would have had to go through the whole thing again. And that's what happened. There he goes. He just turns up and he runs away. But it was a good fight. I quite enjoyed it. But that is my concept video for roaming as an engineer and doing solo play. You can do a lot more. It's quite a bit of fun. And I hope you enjoyed the video. We'll see what happens next time.